Welcome back to Dark Corners Undead and our year-end review, which we do annually, obviously.
Annually.
We're going to be doing it. We did it last year. We'll do it again this year. So, okay, I'm kicking the ball with reviewing the Dark Corners year, as it were. So, do you have any favourite reviews or anything we've done?
Always kind of partial to the specials. So the King Kong one, the Back to the Future one, which did very well for us.
I think if I was to pick my favourite special we've done this year, then the films that made Star Wars would be it.
Yeah, that's a really good.
If I had to pick one, I mean, just off the top of my head and without a list in front of me, I was saying I really liked The Devil's Hand that we did, just because I thought that was an intrinsically funny film. Yeah. It's got no view. It's really one of the ones that's not getting very many views, but I like it.
I think my favourite is Orgy of the Dead.
Just because it's got lots of reviews and
the uncut version, which
the one with
go
nipples.
Check that out.
Yes, Horror Smackdown is. I think that's a really good thing.
So not knowing the results of any of them so far, though I think we know which way we know where some of them are going at this point.
Yeah.
But let's go through and pick what we would have picked.
Okay.
So Psycho versus Scream.
Psycho, which is almost certainly one.
The Man Who Laughs, Eyes Without a Face.
I think Eyes Without a Face I would go. Yeah. I said that before.
I think we agree on that. Dawn of the Dead versus Saw.
Dawn of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead.
Okay. Night of the Living Dead versus Night of the Demon.
Night of the Demon. Jaws versus Nightmare on Elm Street.
Now that's going to come down. Now Jaws is the better film.
Yeah.
Is Jaws horror enough? That's the question.
Yeah, but I suppose that was also the question with Psycho and Scream.
Yes.
But less so, perhaps. Because Psycho is a much better film.
I mean, that's why I think Man Who Laughs didn't win, because people didn't consider it horror enough.
I think people are absolutely right in that. I mean, Psycho is the horror it's a horrifying situation. Man Who Laughs is about someone who's been mutilated. It's a tragic situation.
Yes.
And although, I mean, obviously Frankenstein's also a tragedy in its own way, but it's bringing someone to life, so that's more intrinsically horror.
At the time we're recording this, where we haven't shut down voting on that one yet, Eyes Without a Face is only ahead by 2 votes.
Wow.
It's actually really tight, that one.
That's interesting. What's really great about it, we were saying earlier, what's really great is how many of you are taking the time to actually watch these films before voting. We've put in links where we can, so you can see the films online. And so many people are talking, I never saw this film until we had our Smackdown. That's fantastic. Yeah. We have well-informed voters,
Yes.
The hard corners are really coming out looking great from this Horror Smackdown. You're so well-informed. A lot of people, because I did tweet about this and asked people what horror movies they thought were great this year. And it's come out, most people saying it's been a pretty slow year for horror. I think that's fair. The movie that won the poll that we put on Twitter, the best horror film you felt you'd seen this year for people who voted, was It Follows.
I did see that, and I thought it was a really good premise. They didn't execute it as well as they could have done. Like, there's sort of rules of the world. There's a weird bit where the guy is standing on the roof of the house, and that makes no sense. Yeah. Weird bits like that. But the actual premise of it, I think, is really quite clever. The other one's Crimson Peak.
Crimson Peak, that was one that came up a lot. I think some people thought that wasn't horror enough.
Yeah.
And expected something. But it's nice to see Guillermo del Toro doing that sort of film again.
Initially, I heard good stuff about Krampus, and then I heard not so good stuff about Krampus. So I think
that's a reaction to the fact that people said good stuff.
Yes.
That people said good stuff, and then people went to the cinema with expectations, whereas the ones who said good stuff went to the cinema without expectations.
Yeah.
I think that's just a fun film, probably. But yeah, I was saying the 2 films I wanted to see this year, which did come up occasionally in the poll, were What We Do in the Shadows, which is a horror comedy from New Zealand, and Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, the vampire film, which I really wanted to see. I was keen to go and see this in the cinema, and it was there and gone.
Yeah.
And I think that's disappointing.
And then the other big film of the year.
What was that?
Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
So
at this point, he's seen it.
So we're recording this on the day after it was released in England, so it's Friday the 18th? Yes. So I went to see it last night, so on opening day.
This is spoiler free, don't worry.
This is spoiler free. And actually, by the time I'm putting this out, just before New Year, so if you haven't watched it by then, go fuck yourself.
Don't be ridiculous. I mean, you're going to go and see this film over Christmas.
But unfortunately,
I'm not sure I want to see it.
Unfortunately, Robin hasn't seen it, so if I just went blah 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 blah, Luke Skywalker, Darth
I don't want to
Vader,
see a film in the same cinema as a
child.
bunch of fanboys dressed up.
There was like a few people. There was one guy dressed up, and I really got the sense that he was like, "Whoa,
Would you start?
38 years old, and I dressed up." And
You went to a midnight screening.
one. I didn't. No, it wasn't midnight.
Oh,
There were stories about
okay, well, here's an interesting question, because you have seen this film, so I'll
seen it.
ask you.
Yes.
Would that be your top genre release of the year? Sort of sci-fi, fantasy, whatever.
No, I would say for me, the film that I enjoyed the most and was most surprised of this year was Mad Max: Fury Road.
Oh, right. Yeah, we were saying, actually, the big horror event of the year really wasn't on film. It was on TV. Was Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Yes.
How much have you seen of that? 'Cause
4 episodes.
Right.
4 episodes in, so it was a little bit slower.
yeah. Absolutely fantastic
Yeah.
to see that character
We
back.
enjoyed,
and it's just fun.
really enjoyed the pilot.
Yeah, yeah.
Sam Raimi did an excellent job, just bringing back Evil Dead to what it was, not the remake, which was entirely pointless.
Yeah.
Which you hadn't seen, have you?
No,
And nor should you.
I don't tend to watch remakes.
You might not like The Force Awakens. I did go.
I'll
for
tell
it
you
as a
what, I was this time
shitload of
last year,
remakes.
I said I was really looking forward to Victor Frankenstein, and that was obviously a tremendous error.
Really?
I really was. I loved the idea of seeing how Frankenstein and Igor met. I was really looking forward to that,
Yeah.
and I still think that's a good idea,
Yes.
and I'm disappointed, but there we go.
You haven't seen it, have you?
No.
No.
And yet I'm disappointed. How unfair is that?
Take that.
It looks. I'm disappointed because having seen the trailers and heard what's been said about it, I don't even want to see it, and that's really sad.
I am getting more and more pissed off with trailers.
Oh yeah, you've seen the whole damn film.
Yeah.
Worthless.
Just badly made trailers.
That'd be a cool thing for us to do next year. We'll start a campaign for trailers to be shorter, just shorter. Just don't tell
you
the
can
top
have
plot
a
points.
9-minute long trailer, a la Hitchcock,
Yes, yeah.
which I think is one of the best trailers. Like it should excite you to see the film, not show you the whole film.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, were there any films you're looking forward to next year?
to me, it's going to be the films which right now we don't know anything about that I'm excited about. I don't want to
That's
see.
usually the case.
I don't want to see another sequel. I don't want to see another remake. I want to see something brand new and exciting
Yeah.
that I don't know exists.
Yeah. One thing to be said about all the horror releases that we have talked about, It Follows, Crimson Peak, What We Do in the Shadows, and Girl Went Home at Night, all original ideas.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a sequel, not a remake in there. And I think there's probably a lesson in that.
Yes, and that lesson is they need to get their sequels out to all of those films as fast as possible. Why people are still talking about them.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was
I think
another It Follows.
That's
Another big TV event, Mystery Science Theatre 3000, potentially coming back thanks to crowdfunding. I'll be interested to see, because I think one of the things that was always endearing about Mystery Science Theatre 3000 was that the effects were so shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I don't think it's been a great year in many ways. It's been a good year for us.
Yeah.
Should we do a shout out?
Yeah, we
before
could
we
do
go?
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Shout out Hard Corner of the. Yeah, we're doing like a way
Let's do
more.
Hard
of these per
Corner of the
month.
Year.
Oh well, I'm not prepared for that at all. But here's two guys whose names I could remember. Their Twitter handles. So shout outs to @Hopalicious and @Barry Cinematic.
There you go.
Thanks for watching, guys, and being great interactors on Twitter.
Okay, so let's talk about your hair. How long is it now?
How long is it?
Yeah. If you
I
pull
can
it
put
straight.
It'll go in my mouth. I know that. I don't know. I haven't cut it. I haven't cut the top of it for well over a year now.
What's your plan?
I don't really plan my
Because
hair.
I was doing some research.
You're doing research.
Okay. Now I think you need to get your hair to 10 inches, and then you can donate it to some kid with no hair.
Some kids with really.
Yes.
Wow.
So
that's quite a long way still to go.
Yeah, but I think that's what you should do.
I don't think I'm going to grow my hair that long. 10 inches that's very long.
Yeah, but it's kind of curly. And you can say, I'm doing it for a kid with cancer. And now if you don't do that...
Yeah, you really put me on the spot there. Can I not just give some money to a cancer charity?
They like the hair.
They can buy hair, they can buy a wig.
No, it's not the same. They need like good human hair.
Why 10 inches? Are there no children who want short hair?
I don't know. That's just, I think it makes it easier with the weaving of the wig.
Okay, well, we'll give it some thought. I've no plans to cut it at the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
But, okay, well, it's nice to know I have an option. Let's be honest. I hate my hair. I really don't. No, I wouldn't wish my hair on anybody. But
it's also like a really good comeback. No, what do you get you in your stupid hair? And go, I'm doing it to save a kid with cancer.
Okay. Have we rambled on for long enough then?
Fucking hell, I think we did like half an hour.
Okay. Well, an edited version of this will be hitting your screens at some point. See you in the new year. Keep watching, keep sharing. See you next time.
Bye-bye.